WPBF 25 News at 11 starts now.
New at 11, never before seen video and recordings of the emotional 911 calls, the moment of impact in that fiery crash that killed 5 people.
And again tonight, 24 tornadoes take aim at the plains. I'm tracking another night of severe weather. Plus,
when I see that, I don't mind. I don't thinking about if I get hurt, burn. I just want to save him.
Hear from the man who risked his own life to rescue a local man from this inferno.
First at 11, new details about the fiery crash involving an alleged drunk driver that killed 5 people in Fort Pierce. Good evening, I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. Tanner Dashner is accused of speeding and driving drunk when state troopers say he caused the crash back in November. Shane Wright joins us from the Breaking News Center with the new evidence. Shane?
That's right. Tanner Dashner was arrested back in December on 5 counts of DUI manslaughter, among other charges. Today, we got our hands on the evidence prosecutors plan to use against him. It is vast, from 911 calls to witness interviews and DNA from the crash. But possibly the most disturbing is a surveillance video of when the suspects and the victims' lives collided.
Oh, my God.
For the first time, surveillance video of the horrific crash that killed 5 people in St. Lucie County last November. You can see the victim's Dodge Dakota start to pull off when 21-year-old Tanner Dashner barrels his GMC Yukon into them, pushing the pickup truck into the intersection just before it bursts into flames.
Yeah, it's engulfed. It's engulfed. Okay. It's totally engulfed.
Almost immediately, 911 calls start to pour in, some frantic.
It's on fire. I'm so sorry. I think they're trying to pull somebody out of the car.
In cell phone video from someone on scene moments after the crash, you can see a man rush in with a fire extinguisher. Another video shows both vehicles and the fire getting even worse. At least one 911 caller claimed Dashner almost hit her right before the crash.
This car almost hit me, and then up ahead, he just ran into something, and a huge fire happened.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, they need to hurry up because the car is burning fast.
Yeah, they're on the way. You said someone's still inside?
Yeah, we think so.
Some of the victims young. Their ages range from 16 to 27. The Dakota they were in barely recognizable in the days after the crash. Police say Dashner was driving almost 100 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone when he slammed into the Dakota, and his blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. Pictures show investigators removing 2 bottles of liquor from his Yukon and Dashner being swabbed for DNA. It took 4 seconds from the moment of impact to the fire. It may take a lifetime for the family of the victims to ease their pain. And Dashner is still locked up on a $7.5 million bond. There was a 6th victim in that Dakota, a 14-year-old girl who was survived and pulled from that wreckage. Dashner will be back in court in August. Shane Wright, WPBF.